Hello YouTube, I am Pinstar, and this is Warlock 2, The Exile, Strategy and Tactics, Episode 2. So, when we last left our intrepid village of, and you know what, for continuity's sake, Ficklewood, when we last left our intrepid village of Ficklewood. Watch my Banished series if you're not sure what I'm talking about. We had just stumbled upon and opened up our portal, and we were about to wander on through. So, since I left you all on a bit of a cliffhanger last time, I figure I might as well stop the suspense and let's dive on in. I have my fingers crossed for a death world, but let's see what we got. Come on. Oh, alright, a desert world. I will take a desert world. The only thing I really hoped it wouldn't be would be another ice world. Because both the death and the desert worlds have tiles and resources that are conducive to lots of mana production, whereas the frozen worlds are conducive to money production, and having one of each is very, very useful in terms of getting our economy up and running and also balanced. So, with that being said, looks kind of a bit of a narrow thing here, but I don't think we're in danger of being detached from the rest of the shard here, since we have a nice little pathway over here. So, not much else to do but to explore. Send you guys in behind them for some backup. And meanwhile, oh, you guys already moved. And you guys already moved. Okay then, let's end that turn. Alright, well, let's move on in here. Take out these puppies. And you guys can move on in here and found that city.
We have founded a new city.
Now, normally when I build a new city, every time you build a new city, it pops out with a free farm. And normally I'll demolish this farm and have them start off with something that I really want. And but because I'm going to be making this my food city, and because I'm going to be needing farms anyway, it makes no sense to demolish this initial farm and rack up some unrest. Just so I could start my first production over here on the pumpkins. I can wait until it grows to size 2. It does not take that many turns to grow to size 2. And then I'll just build on the pumpkins and the city won't get upset. So everyone's happy. Oh, you already fired. So let's go further exploring in here.
Soften.
Oop! Oh, wind elementals. Not terribly deadly, but really, really annoying. Luckily we have just the thing for that elemental magic weakness. Yeah, let's, I think before I was saying don't waste your mana on the fireballs. Well, this isn't a waste, because this is going to be the only real way we can take them out efficiently. Yeah. Boom. Oh yes, and that reminds me. So, we just cast a spell, and we used up some of our casting time here. But notice we only used up half of our casting time, meaning we can fire off another fireball. There we go. Good crit. Now, why is that important? And, well, here's the thing to note. If you remember, we have the Archmage perk, which reduces our casting time. So the only reason we were able to fire off 2 of these lesser fireballs in a single round was because we are an Archmage. Had we not taken the Archmage perk, a single casting would have taken a little bit more than half, meaning we could only fire off 1 in a round. There are actually quite a lot of spells out there that are actually tweaked and balanced with them being either, if you're Archmage you can get 2 in a round, but if you're not you only get 1, or some of the longer ones is if you're an Archmage you can cast it in 1 turn, but if you're not you have to wait 2 turns to cast it, just because it goes over by a fraction. So Archmage in that sense can save you a lot of time with some of these spells out here, and it looks like Fireball is one of them. So next round, I think I should be able to knock that thing out. And I still have good amount of mana reserve here, so I'm not too worried about running out. Yeah, you guys go on in. Yes, we do want to send the unit to the portal. Alright, yeah, as figured, you did that, and we got another spawn of puppies. That's okay, you guys just keep plinking away. Alright. And let's see. You will not be able to move far enough in there. So let's just see if we can get the fireballs to do the job. Boom. Yeah, we'll get the fireballs to do the job. Goodbye. Alright, let's see what we can get from this wind element. Oh, donkeys. And, ooh, wow. Summon Imps, Blade, and we got a good chunk of our mana back. Okay then, I'm happy with that outcome. Now these Imps, they do elemental magic, but it's melee elemental magic, and all these this world tends to have a lot of these wind elementals, but they're all flyers, and you can't attack flyers with melee. So I might pop out one of the Imps just to sort of supplement our forces, but I don't think I'm going to go crazy casting them all over them. Ooh, boy. Ancient Ruins. Now that's going to be good. Oh, yes. I can smell a city right about here. Smells good. Alright, another one of these things. Ugh. Well, we could probably leave it alone, at least for now, because right here is what I want, right here. Because right here will get me, once it pops to size 5, will get me the pumpkins and the ancient ruins. I'm a little out of reach for the donkeys, but maybe there might be another resource up here or so that I can pair up the donkeys with. You'll notice that when I'm building city sites, I try my hardest to pair up resources. I like for a city that I want to keep, I want to have at least 2 resources, just because it makes things a lot more efficient. So have I done everything I need to? Yes. You are making settlers. Good. On we go. Alright, you fire at the wolfies. Alright, you guys, you're good. Got another settlers. Alright, since these guys are still tangling with these wolves, let's head down here as our other alternate money city spot. Okay. Now looking at the terrain around here. 1, 2, 3, 1. Perfect. So I think I'm going to build a city right here. That puts us with immediate access to the iron, which means we can start accessing them as soon as possible. We are the requisite 3 tiles away from another city. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th tile is the one that you can start building on. We are within range of the water, which means we can get ourselves a harbor. Money plus harbor means more money. And actually, there's quite a lot of spaces around here for the city to grow into, despite it looking kind of fragmented. So I think we'll do pretty well setting our city here. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, Black Mage. 17 gold a turn? No. Get the heck out of here. I do not want you, Mr. 17 gold a turn. We had other expenses. 17 gold a turn. No. We'll be hiring our own mages soon enough. Alright, well, let's keep exploring, at least to the extent that we can. We want to stay 2 hexes away from this thing, and it'll generally leave us alone. So, let's meander up here to the Scarabs. And I can't get a shot off at the Scarabs. I probably shouldn't have sent my guys up to melee, but well, actually, yes. Okay, I can pull back a spare. That way, if the Scarabs decide to, yeesh, another one of these things? You know, I think I know what my next spell is gonna be. Fireball proper. Eek. Alright. And... yeah, let's get a round of Imps going here. But I'm gonna be a little bit of a mana cheapskate here and just cast it right here in my spell. Oh, you know what? You know what these Imps would do well? I probably should have cast it over there. Is they can help. Oh, hey, Ryan Seacrests. Hi there, dudes. How's it going? We'll get rid of you guys later. Yeah, we'll have the Imps help these archers out and then send them out here to help with the exploration. I think I'm just going to have one of them. I really wish they were something other than melee, but what can you do? You can watch them die. That's what you can do.
Congratulations! You have successfully researched a new spell, my lord.
Alright, well, let's move you guys up here. Let's take out... or hopefully take out the dogs. Yep. Alright, well, at least we can bust the, the camp here. 70 gold works for me. We'll take care of those Ryan Seacrests soon enough. First, we got a city to build.
We have founded a new city.
Now, this is a case where I am going to trash the initial farm and get our transmutation facility up and running. Now, it's important that when you are building a brand new city and you want to trash the auto farm, you do it on the very first turn. Here's the reason. Normally, trashing a building will cost you 200 population points, which means it's going to delay the growth of your city. However, when you first build a brand new city, it automatically comes with 1,000 people and cannot go below that. Meaning that trashing the freebie farm on the first turn means you don't actually lose any people. The only downside you get is this: a building is destroyed, which is worth 2 unrest a turn for 10 turns, which is a little on the more painful side, but it's manageable. Especially since we got that public relations perk. It allows us to sort of soak that up without it overwhelming it. You still got the -1 from Ficklewood because we busted up the archers, and we're not done busting buildings up. Not by the least here. All right, more settlers. And it will grow naturally soon, so I'm going to just leave it alone for the time being. And we got our research, which means we need to research something new. Now, normally, I usually blitz the sorcery tree here, with the end goal being to get cold wind, which turns lands into frozen lands. But we already have frozen lands naturally occurring, so we don't need to rush down this tree quite so much in a hurry. Meanwhile, we have all these freaking wind elementals out there, and no real good way to deal with them at the moment. So I think I'm going to grab myself a fireball. 50. Well, hang on. Let me do an analysis here. 55 mana will net us 20 elemental damage, which is nice. For 15 mana, so it is 4 times the damage. For slightly cheaper. That's actually not that impressive. But you know what? Oh, you know what? It's more efficient on casting time. Fireball it is. And while we are at it, let's cast ourselves some fertile lands and make this food city a little bit more productive. Alright. Alright, so they did not take the bait. That's fine. We can move you guys up 1. Oops. Move you guys up 1. Now, in this case, we are going to want the Scarabs to take the bait and attack my guys, because if I attack them, he's going to end his turn on this tile and get blasted by 2 wind elementals. And that's no fun. Alright. I think my next settler that comes out of my capital is going to start forming this, because we want to start it growing its population pretty quickly, so it can eventually pop its borders and grab the 2 resources. I'm willing to wait out a few turns, or quite a few turns, of it not having any resources, so that in the end I can have 2 resources. I am a patient man. There we go. Perfect. Which means you guys can pop up here, grab the lair. What do we have here? A troll? No, we're not gonna play with the troll right now. Not while these guys are up and running. Got that, but again, blasted by the wind elementals. So we're gonna go here. And I can technically sneak past them, so I think I might try and do that. Again, it's two tiles away is what you got to do to keep them out. Alright, the Ryan Seacrest. Is that 2 tiles or just 1? I can shoot them, okay. Alright, well you start blasting away at these guys while my imps start cleaning up. Some cash money. And that used up all there. Oh, because it's a swamp. And you guys... Oh, hang on. What kind of damage do you? You do elemental damage. Which means... Yeah. There's nothing wrong with... between these 2 perks, dodge and endurance... I don't like taking Perceptive because these guys will hit the EXP cap eventually, since they started out at the beginning of the game. But between Endurance and Dodge, take whatever's most situationally useful, and since they are about to get blasted with some elemental damage, let's take Endurance. Yeah, 2 damage. Good to have some resistances. Okay, you are going to go towards that portal, because I want me a mana city. And this is part of the... Ooh, another caravan over there. This is part of sort of diversifying your cities here. I really like specializing my cities, but also having a variety of them. So we got our food city coming up over here. We got a money city coming down here. It's going to be sort of our research city, and you're going off to form our mana city. We are going to get another money city because, well, the elves need a lot of money to do what they need to do. They are not frugal by any means. Alright, got them. And Mr. Imp. Oh, and some rogues. Well, you guys, actually, why don't you chill back here? Just so the rogues don't sneak attack you while you're wounded. Ah, okay, we got our next building going here. Alright, so, after building that kind of Hall of Alchemy, that we now can build the Chamber of Light and Chamber of Magic. In our capital, we are interested in the Chamber of Magic, and for a couple of really good reasons. One, we get Warlocks of Angel, and these guys are Tier 2 units, they are casters, they are going to serve the backbone of our particular army. They are just really freaking good. The other thing that's really freaking good is it gives us 4 more points of research, which gets boosted by our academic traits. So we are going to be getting our spells even faster once this thing completes. So yeah, it's definitely worth taking the lackluster Hall of Alchemy to unlock it. So, Chamber of Magic. And let's keep our road going up here to help speed further units up there. Boom. And yeah, we're going to keep churning out settlers. Now I know what you're thinking. You're going to say, Pinstar, after you settle that city, and and after you settle one more city with the one after that, you're going to be over your city limit. Well, there's a couple of reasons I'm going to keep making settlers even after I start wandering up to the city limit, and I will demonstrate the reasoning behind that soon enough. Okay, so our spearmen are up here. What do we have here? We got cover specialist, charge, and blade wall. Now, normally I go for cover specialist because these guys have more movement. They can usually end their move in cover and therefore benefit from it, but I don't see a lot of rough terrain around here. I don't know about you guys. Deserts are not known for their rough terrain. You might be better off taking some blade wall, because especially if we run into some minotaurs, those things, they're going to go toe-to-toe, and having melee resistance is a good thing for that. Alright, so let's see if we can't sneak up here. Alright, we've got some more... okay, well that's the end of the sneaking. Well, at the very least, no, that puts you within 2, that puts you within 2... Okay, well, exploration on hold for the time being. Okay, what do we got? See, I told you it didn't take long to build the pumpkin farm, and now we're going to get that, and we're going to get another burst of mana, plus the 20% food production boost. So yeah, this city's going to do fine. A ogre is offering his services to me. Normally I'd like that. Ogres are good. They are good city assaulters. They're good at with the AoE melee. The problem is that he eats 10 food, and we're not going to have 10 food to eat. You're going to very quickly starve my cities. Even with that pumpkin farm, you're going to be starving my cities. So, you know what? I'm going to let you sit there for a while, because who knows, maybe my food situation will be much better in a little bit. But for the time being, I cannot hire you. Well, that and I can't afford you right now. Alright, you take another shot. That thing's almost dead. You guys are going to rest.
Dothan Loy.
And you guys go up here. I guess there is a benefit to having a settler with a 3 move, because you can do long distance hauls like this a little bit easier. And yeah, you guys are just going to take a seat. Just, yeah, because I can't, this is impassable terrain. And it's not even the fun kind of impassable terrain like mountain ranges that you can eventually lower. I am not entirely sure of how you can get past this thing. So we just have no choice but to go around it, or perhaps later sail around it. But I hate sailing. Okay, well, I think that brings us to the end of this episode. In our next episode, hopefully we will get our fireball research, so we can start blazing our way through the desert here, getting up our mana city here, so we can feed our fireball habit, and continuing to expand here and see what some mages can do for us. So, if you like this video and like this series, want to see more, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I always am welcoming your feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. You can also follow me on Twitter at Pinstar. So, until next time, I'll see you later.